Look at us. We've got a full screen today. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I've got Deb Harkness with me today. I've got Suzanne Sawyer, and I've got Paula Templemeyer. We've got some fun trips. I'm going to use the word. We're already talking about Christmas. Christmas. We're all about Christmas today. We have 3 trips that are going to be pretty fantastic in 2021. Deb is going to talk about the Christmas Branson trip, and she's also going to talk about the Nashville Southern Country trip that's going. And then Paula and Suzanne are going to talk about the Kansas City shopping trip that was postponed from last year, correct? And we're going to try that. Well, obviously we're going this year, and it's going to be pretty amazing time. Lots of cool shops that they're going to talk about, and food, of course. But anyway, we're so glad you could be with us today. Our typical Wednesday morning for us is we just want to chat about a few trips, and we would love for you to have some interaction back with us. So if you have any questions, any comments, anything more you'd like to know about the trips as we go along, please don't hesitate. Because we are live here, don't hesitate to just leave a comment, and we can see those, and we'd be happy to get your questions answered here. Ladies, I think that about does it for me, and I'll probably get out of the way and turn it on over to Deb. So thanks for joining us.
All right. Good morning, everybody, again. Again, like Rachel said, it's hard to believe that we're talking Christmas already when we're just getting into the nice, warm summer weather. But those of us in the tour business know we always have to plan months and months ahead. And so this is a trip. And not only that, since everybody's been on lockdown for the last year, why everybody is so anxious to travel. So fortunately, our trips that are going here in the next few months are filling up very fast and doing very, very well. So we're super pleased with that. And we ourselves can't wait to get back on the road. The first one I'm going to talk about here this morning is our Christmas in Branson, which is scheduled for November 8th to the 11th. It's a 4-day trip. This is a trip that I do every year. And this year, we are going to be seeing a lot of good shows, 5 good shows, again, like we always do down there. And first one is going to be the Oak Ridge Boys, which is a special thing to see and do. They put on a great Christmas show. And then we're also going to go over to the Sight and Sound Theater and see the production Jesus. This is the first year that Jesus has come into the Sight and Sound down there. And if you've never been to the Sight and Sound Theater, it's a fabulous place. You sit kind of in the middle there, and there's stages all the way around you. And it just makes you feel, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people that are involved in this, that are the actors and all that. And it's just a fantastic thing to see. And they always have a different biblical presentation every year. And like I said, this year it's Jesus. So I'm sure this will be a great show to see. And then another one, we're going to go see Presley's Country Jubilee, which is always one of my favorites. If you get RFD TV, you usually see them every Saturday night on your RFD. So they're a good family entertaining show. Daniel O'Donnell will be back, and we'll get to see him again. And then we're going to take in the Hughes Brothers Family Show, another good, fun country show. So we got lots of good shows on the docket there for this year. We'll also be doing, like we always do, one night. We'll be doing taking you over the Branson Christmas light display, the drive-through, and seeing all the different beautiful Christmas lights they got there. This particular tour I did want to mention right now, due to popular demand, is currently at our status where we're holding at, just to make sure that this COVID thing is done once and for all, and that we're going to be good to go. So we've kept our limits, our size of our bus limits down a little bit right now, just on hold to see, to make sure that we can all stay safe. But if the summer and fall continue to progress the way they're doing now, which we're all optimistic they will, we're hoping to go ahead and increase these numbers as the summer and fall goes on. So please don't be afraid to call in and get on the wait list for this particular tour, because there's a good chance that you're going to get a call that, you know, we have an opening, whether it be because we're increasing our numbers, or sometimes, unfortunately, folks, if they sign up several months in advance, then as the months go on, something such as illness or something unfortunate happens and they're having to cancel. So then if you're on the wait list, you do definitely get called. So by all means, don't be afraid to call and get on the wait list for this. The pricing for this is $9.99 per person double, $11.39 per person single, and $9.49 per person triple. So again, it's going to be a good tour. So we hope to see you there. Another thing I did want to add, and people always ask this that go with me every few years. On our way home, we always stop in Osceola, Missouri, and stop at the Osceola cheese. Everybody likes to pour it up on cheese on their way home. So that's always a fun place to stop. So we will be doing that again, like we always do as well.
So Deb, I'm just putting you on the spot here now. Can you, just a rough estimate, how many times do you think you've been to Branson?
Oh my. Many. Probably, I'd guess, over the course of years, because Jim and I have been going down there on our own before I even started into the tour business 15 years ago. We were going down there for many years. So I'm sure it's close, probably by now. We used to go down 2-3 times a year, and you know, just on our own. So I'm sure it's probably 75 to 100 times that I've been down there in the last 15, 20 years. So yeah, we kind of call it our home away from home. So it's
yeah. And I think you really do. You put a lot of effort and time into kind of picking out the shows that you want to make sure you see.
Yes. We have our favorites, and I get to know the group's favorites. You know, I mean, there's always new shows coming in town, and you know, I like to look at those, but if I don't think they're up to par what some of the old ones are, why I like to stick with some of the old ones too. So yeah, it's just a fun variety. I try and change it up every year. You know, a couple of them I usually keep the same, but otherwise I like to always change it up and put some different ones in. So because we have several folks with us that go back year after year after year. You know, it's just when we're on a November trip this year, they'll say, well, just plan to sign me up for next year, you know. So it's
kind of their own little Christmas tradition then.
Yeah, they do. So, okay.
Okay, you want to move on to Kansas City, the Kansas City shopping trip with Paula and Suzanne?
Yeah, Paula and I are sure hoping you'll join us on our Kansas City holiday lights and shopping trip. Whether you're a shopaholic or not really a shopper, it's an awesome time to catch the Christmas spirit with all the holiday lights and people watching. There's lots of stores, so it'll be fun to see what all Kansas City offers. On December 2nd, which is a Thursday, we leave from the departure sites and we'll get to Country Club Plaza. We'll have time to see 15 blocks of spectacular Christmas lights. So that should just be awesome.
I didn't realize it was 15 blocks worth.
Yeah, it should be amazing.
Cool.
And then there's like 129 stores. So obviously you'll just have to pick your top favorites and do a lot of window shopping with the rest. And then the following day on Friday, after we have breakfast, we leave for the Crown Center. And at the Crown Center, it will be all decked out for the holidays also. Once again, you'll want to bring your walking shoes because it's going to be moderate walking, not difficult walking, but to see everything, you are going to have to walk around. And then in the evening, we're going to finish up our day at one of the famous Kansas City barbecue shops. So I've had Kansas City barbecue. It is amazing. So that will be a fun event that evening.
And then on Saturday after breakfast, we'll check out of the hotel and we're going over to the Union Station, which originally opened in 1914, serving the greater Kansas City, Missouri area. It's now a museum and an exhibit showplace, and quite often is decorated at Christmas time. So we're going over there to check out Union Station. And then after exploring over there, we'll get back on the motor coach and head for home with all our packages and our treasures and our Christmas gifts. So it's a fun 2.5 days, 2 days of shopping. So, be ready to spend the money. We're going to shop, shop, shop. It's Christmas and see lots of lights. The cost is $374 per person, double occupancy, $499 per person single, and $324 per person if you are a triple or a quad. So give Rhonda a call at 576-6494 and get signed up for this quick trip to Kansas City to see the lights and shop till you drop.
Awesome. And okay, so I know, Suzanne and Paula, I know you guys, you both do quite a bit of traveling on your own. This is your first trip out with Northland, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Exciting.
Yes.
And I've been around you two enough to know that they're going to have some fun.
Definitely. Paula and I love to have fun, and we love to travel and meet new people.
So yes. So, yep. So hopefully we were supposed to do it this past December, but COVID had a way of putting a damper on a lot of things, including Christmas.
This is a great one if you're looking for a fun, quick little trip, not too far away from home. Don't have to worry about the driving. Just we'll take care of it all. This would be a great one to sign up for.
Definitely.
Yes. Hope to see you all.
All right, Deb, you've got one more Christmas trip here.
Yep, we got our Nashville Southern Country Christmas, and this one will be December 8th to the 14th. This is a 7-day trip. Again, I try and get to Nashville just about every year, but I do a different routing each year. We'll take in different things. And this year, we're going to, in addition to Nashville, we're going to be taking in Louisville, which I'll tell you a little bit about here, Kentucky in a little bit. And we're going to be going up to Peoria, Illinois, and spending a little time there too as well. So just a different little route than what we do sometimes. So the first day, Wednesday, December 8th, we will pick you up in your pickup locations, and we will travel to Fairview Heights, Illinois. Fairview Heights is just a little southeast of St. Louis. So we're basically in the St. Louis area. We'll stay there that night at a brewery. So you'll get your happy hour in. You'll get your meal right there at the hotel. So that's always good. And then the next morning, on Thursday, we will pick up from there and we will travel towards Nashville. But on our way to Nashville, we're going to stop in Paducah, Kentucky, and see the National Quilt Museum. I know several of you that go to Nashville with me on a real regular basis have been to the Quilt Museum, especially your quilt lovers. You always look forward to this. And what I like to tell those folks that if you have been there before, and you're a quilt lover, you have been there before. They change their complete viewing every year. So I mean, you can maybe went with me there 3, 4, 5 years ago, and once you go back then this time and see, will be a whole new set of quilts and all their fantastic artworks there. So that's always quite a neat thing to see. Then we'll leave there, Paducah, and then we'll travel on down Nashville. And we'll get into the Opryland Resort, where we'll be staying for the next 3 nights that afternoon. Opryland is always a super cool place to see and spend some time. It's a huge, huge development out there that they have. The hotel is got lots of atriums in it. It's got several atriums in it. And they decorate them all up so neat and so cool at Christmas time. You can just walk and just be amazed at everything you're seeing. So we'll get checked in there. And then that night we will have a dinner show right there at the hotel. So we won't have to leave the hotel. We'll have a dinner show right there that night. And it's going to feature the Oak Ridge Boys. So that's always a fun thing to see and do. And then the next day we will get on the bus and we will go downtown Nashville, right into the heart of Nashville. And we'll be met by a step-on guide. She's been my guide that every year I do Nashville, and she's been my guide every year that we go down there. And she's was born there in Nashville, and she's just a super fun-loving gal. And you'll learn lots and lots from her as we do the city tour in Nashville. And then that noon, we're going to take you right downtown Old Nashville, and we're going to have lunch at Jack's Barbecue right down there. And then after that, we will give you a couple hours to just browse around the area there in Old Nashville. Right across the street from Jack's Barbecue, there's the Ernest Tubb Record Shop. There's lots of honky-tonks right there in the area. And so you can just put your foot inside any of those honky-tonks. You don't have to sit and buy a beer or drink or do anything if you don't want to. There's just always live music going on in there. And so it's just fun to step in the door and listen to that for a little while. And then that afternoon, we'll take you back out to the Opryland Resort out there, and we're going to go over to what's known as ICE. Now, ICE is this huge building where they have these beautiful ice sculptures in there. Each year, these world-renowned ice sculptures from all over the world come in and just create these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ice sculptures. They always have a different theme each year. It's usually a Disney theme of some sort. And the ice, they've colored the ice, and they've done these fantastic things with it. It's really cool to see. One of my favorite things inside ICE there that they always do every year is they create a beautiful nativity scene that's all sculpted out of ice, and that's really a neat thing to see. And you get the special light effects onto all this, and it's pretty neat. So anyway, we'll take you over there, let you see that. Oh, also inside ICE there, they've got these two-story ice slides that if you want to, you can climb up and go for a ride down the ice slide. That's all.
They're fun.
Seeing pictures from past trips that look pretty fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And then that will take you back over to the resort then the rest of that afternoon, and then you'll have that evening to continue to explore around the resort. Then the next day, which is day 4, we will let you have a couple hours that morning there with breakfast and everything. And then for noon, we're going to go over to General Jackson Showboat and do a luncheon cruise on that. And that's always a fun thing, and especially at Christmas time. They'll have a fun, high-energy Christmas show that they'll put on. And you always get a good meal on there. This General Jackson Showboat, this is a 300-foot paddle wheeler. It's one of the largest showboats in the country. So we'll cruise up and down the Potomac River, and I think you'll enjoy that. And then no trip, as far as I'm concerned personally, no trip to Nashville is a trip there unless you go to the Grand Ole Opry. So that night we're going to take you to the Grand Ole Opry, and we'll get to see a bunch of fun stars there. So that's always a fun thing. Then that leads us into day 5. That morning, we will pick up and leave Opryland in Nashville, and we're going to head up to Louisville, Kentucky. And then once we get up to Louisville, we're going to stop and visit Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby Museum. At Christmas time, they always decorate all up there really cool, too. And we'll have a tour out onto the right there at Churchill Downs. They'll take you out to the track, and you'll get to see all that fun stuff. And then after we leave there, we'll get you checked into your hotel there. And then we're going to take you out to the Louisville Mega Cavern. And down in the Kentucky area down there, there's all kinds of caverns that have been around for millions of years. And anyway, this one particular cavern, they call it the Mega Cavern, is large enough and huge enough that, believe it or not, and they've got a paved road all the way through the cavern. And believe it or not, our big old bus, our big old motor coach can fit through this cavern.
Wow.
Very easily. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And inside this cavern then, at Christmas time, they decorate it up with thousands and thousands and thousands of Christmas lights. I mean, it's one of those things you got to see to believe. It's really a neat thing. Mm. So I think everybody will enjoy that. So then we take you back to Louisville that night then. Again, you're staying at a Drury that night there in Louisville. And then the next day, we'll get up and leave Louisville, and we're headed to Peoria, Illinois. And first thing when we get to Peoria, I have a dear friend that has a glass blowing studio there. And she's an an amazing artisan as far as glass blowing. And she puts on this really neat demonstration for everybody. And you'll get to see just what goes into the art of glass blowing. And she also has a small little gift shop there that you can, purchase anything that you'd like, make a nice little Christmas present for someone. So that's always a neat thing to do. And then that evening, we will take you out to the Peoria Festival of Lights display. Again, you're going to see on this trip, obviously, lots and lots and lots of Christmas lights. So always enjoy them, and it's fun. But this Peoria Christmas light display, this is one of the top-notch Christmas light displays in the Midwest. It's been ranked at for a number of years. So it's really quite the thing to see. So we'll stay overnight in Peoria that night, and then the next day, day 7, we will leave there and head towards home. But on our way home, I've got a fun little surprise for you that morning. On most of my trips, if I can, I try and squeeze in a little surprise of some sort. And I did that morning, so I don't want to tell you about that. But then we will get you back home later that afternoon after having 7 great days of Christmas. Mm-hmm. This trip here is priced at $17.45 per person double occupancy, $22.45 per person single, and $15.80 per person triple or quad. But also I wanted to make sure and let you know that if you book this trip by June 8th, which is just about 6 days from now, between now and then, if you book it, why, you will get in on our early booking discount where you will save $50. So that's always quite a savings.
There you go, $50.
That's right, $50 more to spend while you're on the trip.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I feel like after hearing about all these trips, we might have to do like a poll of everyone who goes on these trips on whose Christmas light display was the best. You guys are
yeah, you got your choices, that's for sure. You got Branson and Kansas City and all these ones on the Nashville ones. So yeah.
And Margaret did just make a comment about this trip. I think she's gone with you possibly before, Deb, and she said this trip is amazing. We had so much fun.
Yep.
And then also commented that, she said, I like that the trips are reorganized, so there's some new things to see too. So you can do it again and see some new things. And
yeah, I try and do that, with all of these trips. If our destination, no matter where it is, if our destination is maybe the main destination, I do year after year that everybody likes, but I try and put in a lot of the coming and the going. We do a lot of different things, just to mix it up. So yeah.
I love Margaret. She might not want me to share this, but I'm gonna anyway. She said $50 to spend at the honky tonks.
There you go, Margaret. That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
That is right.
Look at it that way. Yep. So if you're considering a Christmas trip, we hope you're considering a Christmas trip. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up Rhonda's number here at the bottom in case you have any more questions, or if you think of something in the next few days that maybe you'd like a copy of the brochure, go ahead and give her a call at the office. I'll let you read that below here. You can also check our website at any time. We try and keep it updated with all the new travel talks that we have. And I'm just thinking I'll add it to the website as well, but the itineraries are also there if you'd like to download your own copy. And be sure if you're watching us now, chances are you've found our Facebook page, so we're really happy about that. We try to comment and let you know about the specials and deals that are going on as well, and keep you up to date with all the happenings with Northland Travel. So yes, lots of great things to look forward to here in December, but we will kind of pump the brakes a little bit and enjoy our summer as well.
Yes.
We'll enjoy this nice weather for a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Oh, one more question here. What's the availability of the Nashville trip?
Yep, there's still space available. Yep.
Okay, great. Yep. All of these trips. Well, Branson, you can call in for the wait list. Otherwise, Kansas City, you can get signed up, and Nashville too. So,
yeah,
will be great. All right. Well, I think that wraps up our Christmas edition of Travel Talk.
Come travel with us. We'd love to have you.
Yes. All right. Well, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.